Hello, I am recording this on audio and on video, and I have 7 minutes to set this intention for this new podcast episode or series or whatever we want to call it. So with this 7 minutes, I want to speak into what everyday alchemy means to me, who I am. Wow, 7 minutes. And the things I've learned along the way that have helped me to become emotionally resilient and help me even more consciously build a life that I fall in love with every day and in every season, because there is no predicting what will happen to us. My name is Catherine Spiller, and I've worn many hats and been many things, and I am just a fellow human. And my intention for this podcast is not to elevate myself above anyone else. It's really to presence my experience, the metaphysical aspects of my own experience, so that I can articulate a system that I have found to be useful of understanding our unique personal life experiences and how we can transmute it, not necessarily have to stay years in the pain of the trauma that we have experienced. We have the capacity to heal instantaneously because it is just a frequency that we can tap into. Healed is a frequency. Love is a frequency. Safe is a frequency. And when we start to identify what those frequencies start to feel like within our physical body, we start to alchemize the process of being able to create environments of safety for ourselves. And I'm here just as evidence, right? I get to just be a little bit of evidence, because whenever we are trying to change our belief systems, when we have experienced so much desperation in our lives, even if we've had beautiful lives, we've still experienced desperation and loneliness and separation. And when we identify that there's a whole other end of the spectrum to learning, then we realize we don't have to wait for things to be so painful and so desperate for us to initiate change for ourselves. Which means that we don't have to play in this game of waiting for everything to happen before we see what's going to happen, because we've got a whole long history of evidence of certain things and belief systems. It's learning how to interpret the evidence that you're choosing to see and the evidence that you are choosing to remain ignorant to, because it's too scary to look at what that might make you mean or a situation mean. And yes, this is all nuanced. However, at the end of the day, here's a beautiful articulation that I wrote while I was at a friend's house, and we were discussing life and the way it alchemizes through us when we become more conscious to the aspects of life, and we become more conscious by not avoiding seeing and looking at and observing and then accepting those things in our life that we have created a habit around avoiding and not looking at. And here is a summation of everyday alchemy. Each day you are presented with the information in the form of data, electrical signals that are filtered through the matrix of programs, parameters, and possibilities of our belief systems. This creates the matrix of our personal realities on a mental level, and then the mental level imprints it into the physical sphere through the chemicals that it releases in our body, through our central nervous system. And here's how my work as a kinesiologist really starts to become the alchemy of the physical body, the mind, the heart and soul, and the energy flow of soul, spirit. So my intention is to simplify this so that the everyday person can create their own delusion to become superhuman. And I know that this sounds all fantastical, but if we can create a delusion that we are somehow dependent on other people for our own happiness, then we can definitely create a delusion that we can adapt under any circumstances. It doesn't matter the experience, because we trust ourselves to adapt. We trust ourselves to find the frequencies that we want to experience in life, no matter what happens to us, no matter what the experiences are. And therefore, when we release control, we allow the unknown to move magic and create gold. And it's non-logical. If you're interested in joining me on the ride, I really look forward to this. I am sending you so much love, fellow human. Mwah! Love, Katie.